Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do some propagations. I have 3 McDonald's cups that I reuse for my propagations here, ready with some water. And today we are going to propagate the neon pothos, as well as the mandula and the philodendron silver stripe. So the first one I'm going to do here is the neon pothos. You want to get your clippers, and I already cleaned them with some alcohol off camera, so I'm not going to do that here. And you are going to cut in between the nodes where I'm pointing here. I want to cut it as close to the soil but leave some leaves so that it continues to grow. And then where you see all those bumps, you want to cut in between the leaves there, and that's where you're going to get the growth, is where all those bumps are. That's where all the new roots are going to come out of. So I decided to cut this one into 4 pieces, and I left the top cut with the 2 leaves because there's only 1 node on that piece. And then I'm going to set it aside and show you another piece here so that you can see how I do it. Again, leaving a leaf part of the stem still in the soil, cutting close to the leaf, and then I'm going to continue to cut in between each of the nodes. You can do a 45-degree angle so that the cutting has enough room to root and grow and it doesn't rot out. And so I do that for all 3 of the plants. I'm going to speed it up here for you real quick. If you want to see how these plants rooted, check out my previous videos that are titled, I believe, Massive Repot or Massive Chore, Plant Chore video. Here you see me cleaning out my shears again for the next plant. I like to clean them in between plants as well. And I'm going to show you again with the mandula how to cut it. But if you checked out my previous videos, you will see how well these plants rooted and how I pot them up as well. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. Also, I did want to tell you a little tip here. If you cut a vine and it doesn't have any leaves on it, you could still put it in the water and it'll continue to throw out leaves for you and root. So don't throw any empty stems out. Just because they don't have leaves doesn't mean that they won't grow. And as long as you have them in some kind of light source, whether by a window or under some grow lights, they will grow leaves and roots. So here I'm doing my philodendron silver stripe, and this one has very close inner nodes, which is okay. I'm taking off all the sheath from it first so that doesn't rot in the water, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut in between all the nodes. Again, if you want to see how these rooted, go ahead and check out my massive plant chore videos. I have a part 1 and a part 2, and there you will get to see all the wonderful, beautiful roots that these cuttings grew. For all of my cuttings, I like to use this garden safe rooting hormone, and you can find it at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. They normally carry it, and even on Amazon if you can't get any from a store or any garden center. I like to put it on each end of the cutting just to ensure that it's not going to rot out, because I normally don't let my cuttings air dry or callus over any amount of time. I know that a lot of people recommend that, but I don't do that. Here I am tapping it off on the cap like I'm supposed to. I didn't do it previously, but you're supposed to tap it off onto a surface so that you don't contaminate the rest of the powder. But all of these cuttings are healthy, so I don't have any worry about contamination. So I'm going to continue to put all the cuttings in this powder and speed you up through this, and then I'll be right back. So here you see I already have 2 out of the 3 cups filled. So I'm going to show you a little tip here to make sure that your leaves don't fall into the water. I like to use the orchid clips, and I will grab a few leaves and bunch them up with the orchid clips. So here I'm taking these back out of the water so that they don't fall in the water, and I'm going to bunch them up with the orchid clips. And then I like to do 2 to 3 stems depending on the thickness of the stem, because the orchid clips are pretty small. You might be able to do this with some rubber bands. I've seen people do that in the past as well. The little tiny rubber bands that you use for like braids or something like that. But since I have these orchid clips on hand, I like to use them. And again, creating little bunches of them, and then I'm going to actually use the orchid clip and clip it around the top part of the cup so that the cuttings do not fall into the water. You will see here soon how I do that. And so I wanted to show you that with the neon pothos here. So it's not going to stay above the water unless you clip it to the side of the cup. So while the cuttings are in the clip, I open the clip up a little and I let it, 1/2 of it, like clip onto the outer part and the other half to the inner part of the cup. And that way I ensure that my nodes are in the water, but my leaves are not in the water. So I'm going to show you how to do it one more time, and then I will speed you up through the rest of this process. Again, sliding it up towards the leaf and clipping it to the side of the cup so it doesn't fall in. So the main reason that I like to use such wide opening cups and propagation vessels is because sometimes your cuttings will produce really thick roots or end up growing more leaves, and you don't want the leaves or the roots to be trapped versus, you know, having it nice and open where the leaves can come out of the water still. Or when you go to pull your propagations out, you want to make sure that the opening of your propagation vessel is wide enough for any new growth, whether it's the roots or new leaves, so that the roots or the leaves don't get stuck in the propagation vessel. I hope I explained that well for you guys so that you understand what I mean. So here's a little close-up of what the propagations look like in this cup. One little tip that I want to say, make sure that you place them either by a window or in front of a window where it gets plenty of light, or you can put them on a shelf under some grow lights. But the more light that the cuttings get, the better and the faster you will get growth. I like to use the clear cups so that I can see the roots grow. You absolutely do not have to use a clear vessel. You'll get less algae that way. Although I do want to say that these cuttings were in these McDonald's clear cups for a month, because I normally don't wait for secondary roots, just the first main roots. And I had no algae in the water. You can also root these and propagate these in perlite, sphagnum moss. You can use fluval, I don't know how to say that, but you can use any substrate that you want. I like to use the water because it's fast, easy, simple, effective, and my plants do really well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out the previous videos that I posted of potting up these cuttings. The videos are called Massive Plant Chores, Part 1 and Part 2. I hope you guys enjoy this video and check that video out, those two videos out. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.